Welcome to Free Fire Radio. And now, Free Fire Radio is about to commence.
Welcome to our second
show on Free Fire Radio.
Okay, we're going to be working through the bugs here a little bit, you know, the microphone and the electronics because...
And the sound.
Yeah, and this is going to be on YouTube, and today we have a really interesting topic, but before we get there, we have a couple of announcements.
We have a lot of people to thank, first of all, that with our Fred Chavez, who is here doing all the filming, along with our other friend Tony over there, who is doing the rest of the filming, which is going on YouTube. So that you can see the show on YouTube. That's also attached to our website, freefireradio.com.
We also want to thank Joe and Shelley. Thanks so much for offering your place. You've just a little over a month ago, this was a storefront that they've completely turned into a meeting room so that we could do a show like this and other events as well. By the way, sandwiches for those who want a lunch are provided over there.
You ready to start?
We're ready to start. Hey, by the way, before we begin, what do you think of this poster? Yeah, that was designed by Brad, and we want to thank Accent Digital because they have been with the PA system and all of this electronic stuff that we've got to do in order to bring this out through the thousands of people that are listening. We want to thank you guys. Now, shall we?
Okay.
To the panel.
Today, Second Amendment. Last week, healthcare, and the Second Amendment is on for today. We're okay. Our guests are now is Sam. I'm going to butcher your name, so help me out here, Sam. Paredes, that's right. And Sam has been working with the Gun Owners of California, and your position is?
I'm the executive director.
Sam started working with the Gun Owners of California in 1980, and after working for a couple of the governors and starting his own rifle manufacturing company in 1998, he returned to serve as the executive director of the Gun Owners of California, and is a member of the board of directors of the Gun Owners of America and treasurer of the Gun Owners Foundation. Sam has spent his whole life in the outdoors. So thank you very much, Sam, for being here today.
Thank you, Carl. It's my pleasure.
And on the other end of the table, on the left-hand side over here, is a friend of ours.
Ray
Henneman from the Democratic Party of Shasta County. He's on the committee. And Ray, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Part of my gun experience is growing up on a ranch on weekends up in the Livermore Mountains. And I think one of the things that one needs to know is you need to learn about guns in order not to feel afraid of them. I've been a real estate appraiser. I've worked in the assessor's office, but I've been involved in real estate appraisal from 60 to 99 when I retired.
Put your hands together for our guest, Ray Henneman. And we have rules. We have rules today.
The only rule is the same rule we've always had, is that you be civil, and you check your weapons at the door. Okay, Bruce.
Oops.
Okay, well, what we're going to do again is we're going to start with a quick, Sam.
Okay, as executive director of Gun Owners of California, we're the oldest pro-gun political action committee in the country. 1975, GOC was created because it was the first time that a handgun ban was sponsored in the state of California. Ever since 1989, it's been an uphill battle. We've been fighting those people who would like to really take away all of our guns, our ability to shoot, and frankly don't like the Second Amendment. We are ardent and mortal but civil enemies. We believe that our founding fathers gave us the Second Amendment not to protect our hunting, not to protect our target shooting, but as the last line of defense against a tyrannical government. If not for a populace that was armed, what has happened in virtually every other country in the world could happen, and that is that it becomes tyrannical, and they rule and they govern and they use the power against the people. And that's what Gun Owners is about. We
are at Tobacco and Brew, and this is the home of the Patriot Guard Riders, so it's great to keep great company around.
So, Ray.
Yes. I've put over on the table, it's this, so it'll get your attention, is the Bill of Rights. To me, the most sacrosanct articles in our Constitution are the Bill of Rights. And if you change any one of them, you've altered the Constitution. That's why I'm not in favor of altering the Constitution with doing away with the Second Amendment. I do believe that we need to sit down and talk on some of the gun issues, because there are some issues. What I have a question, I'm not sure how Sam's group came out on this. The Second Amendment is probably one of the most liberal amendments around that ever emerged from just a new country. Because if you look at dictatorships, they begin to take away your right to bear arms and other things, if you ever had that right. Pro-gun people is they're not trying to educate the urban people. I understand the rural people, because I have part rural instincts in me. But if the urban people need to be shown that a gun is not their enemy. All you need to do is educate people on this.
The need for a Second Amendment, but maybe some restrictions on the Second Amendment, that the term AK-47 was used. And this is the one you hear a lot from, is why do we need assault weapons? I mean, what good are they? What do they do for us?
Well, first of all, our conversation has to start with the Second Amendment, and I don't understand what part of shall not be infringed people do not understand. The whole issue of AK-47s and AR-15s and all of these things, it's a myth, it's a fallacy. These guns just look like military guns. They are semi-automatic. They function exactly like these beautiful wood-stocked guns, stainless steel barrels, scopes on them that function semi-automatically. They function exactly the same way. They use a lot of the same ammunition, and some of the hunting guns are...
Is the public safety issue from the police standpoint...
Okay, now many of the people from the more liberal side believe that, how many weapons do you need? Why do you need to have the ability to buy unlimited weapons?
The vast majority of people who are willing to use a firearm to commit a crime, no matter what type of a gun, have criminal records. They shouldn't be out in the streets in the first place. The one way to reduce and almost eliminate most gun crimes is to take those people that have been convicted of a felony and keep them in prison.
Okay. I want to protect the Second Amendment. This is a states' rights issue because it allows us to fight against the national government, although the Civil War might contradict that.
It is a weapon when you use it to defend yourself, and they are guns, they're firearms, they're tools, they're inanimate objects. And when you use it as a hunting firearm, it's a hunting rifle. When you use it to defend yourself, it's a weapon. If you want to get involved, you want to fight for your right to keep and bear arms, I invite you to go to our website, www.gunownersca.com, GUNOWNERSCA, so that you can be up to date on what's going on and what you can do, who you can write, where you can go, how you can make your voice heard, how you can participate in electing people who believe like you do in a clean defense of the Second Amendment. It's interesting, when we compromise, when we sit down at the table with the anti-Second Amendment people and they want to compromise, how come a compromise always means that we have to give up a part of our rights? Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Thank you very much. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Let me just make one final comment on this. Is if you remember when the police department was running their scared ads, and it was a woman calling 911. And she says, "There's somebody breaking into my house. There's somebody breaking into my house." And the answer from 911 was, "Well, we'll get there as soon as we clear this call." The next sound should have been a sound of a 12-gauge shotgun being racked and then a shot, and then another shot, and then she could have said, never mind,